Hey, everybody. I am sneaking in the back here. So, as you saw last week, the room I'm in was not very conducive to live streaming. So, here I am. So I snuck this whole section is closed off. And so I snuck back here because the light's better. And it's the television producer in me. I just can't, if I have a way of doing better video. And I know you guys like the rants. I don't know how loud I can get here. And if a employee comes back and asks me to leave, then I've got to leave. So I'm trying to keep it down. So I hope you guys are doing well on a Sunday. Hey, Derek. Hey, Walter. Hey, Lord Pigeon. Sabria, Danielle. Hello. Road to Prison. Hey, welcome back. Unknown. Oh my gosh, Brianna, thank you so much. How is the audio? It sounds like it's a little booming here. I don't know how loud I can be. Let me know how it is. Stefan, hello. And MZ, hello. Jeff Ha, hello. So just so you guys know, Derek and I went and saw Derek a couple of times this week. And Derek, Lady T's in the house. And Derek, and we said last week on the live stream, we were going to stream from the tent camp, which we have done in the past, almost a year ago. And we decided, because Derek is just back living in the tent camp, that right now is probably not the best time. And last time Derek had a Wi-Fi and a better setup, and this time he hasn't reestablished that. And we could have maybe gone off our phones, but we did not want to chance it. So we just decided that we're going to do it at another time. And I'm sorry about that, but it just wasn't. There's some reasons that it just wasn't going to work out. And so here I am. I'm in the back. This whole section is closed. In fact, I wish I could go out there because it's outside, but I'm afraid that if I walk out the door that it might lock behind me, and then I'm not going to be able to get back in. And hey, RJ, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. In fact, I kind of an interesting story that just came to mind, and I don't know why it just came to mind. I try not to think of my ex-wife that much, but we were both in a homeless program, and you're not supposed to talk to females. And we're in the theater section cleaning, right? And she was on the stage, and it was one of those male ego things, right? We're at that stage of dating where you're like, puffing your feathers or whatever. And so again, we're not supposed to be seen. So I said something to her that I thought was so cool, right? And I made this exit, like, dropping the mic. I'm going to make this exit. I go out the exit door into the hallway, and it's locked. And because I'm not supposed to be there, I can't scream for help. And then I don't want her to know how uncool this is. So I sat in this locked hallway for a while, hoping that she went away. And I don't know why I just told you that story. But anyways, happy Sunday. As you know, I'm in San Francisco. This is going on week 2. It's heartbreaking. It is really heartbreaking because the Tenderloin, which is the Skid Row area of, hey, Michael, thank you. Hey, Carla, thank you. Michael, thank you for the donation. And Carla, thank you for the compliment. Hey, Addie's in the house. Hello. And I didn't how is the audio? I probably should have tested that before I went. Like I said, this is a booming room. And so I'm in. Hey, Anonymous, thank you. Audio's good, loud enough. Good, thanks. Awesome. Thank you for the feedback. So I'm in the Tenderloin, and the Tenderloin actually, I don't know if you've ever been here. It's a community in San Francisco. I always stay here. My first time visiting San Francisco, I was brought here by a hotel that sponsored me, and I didn't even know that they were in the Tenderloin. I didn't even know what the Tenderloin was, but I walked outside. It was during one of my road trips. And I mean, gosh, there's homeless people everywhere. And many people read reviews of hotels and they'll read, oh, there's homeless people, and probably not go to that hotel. For me, it's like, yes. And I hate homelessness. Homelessness is horrible. But I love homeless people. And so the Tenderloin is very much like Skid Row. It's that area. In Phoenix, it's called the Zone. In Los Angeles, it's Skid Row. Here, it's called the Tenderloin. So I'm out and about on the Tenderloin. I think I told you last week, and it's so heartbreaking. There's so much addiction and so much mental illness. And then Derek and I went around Oakland yesterday, and I see tent camp. It's like I was telling Derek, I was saying, I see tent camps all the time, and I do. But something about yesterday, seeing the tent camps, really got me going. And what I saw, and I can't knock on this table, but what I saw, knock on wood, knock on table, was very scary, because I saw our country's future unless we do something. And please, if you're in the United States, go to invisiblepeople.tv/get involved. I should put that link in the description. And please contact your senator. They're going to, when they come back this week, they're going to vote on rent protection. And this helps landlords too. So please, your voice is important. Go to invisiblepeople.tv/get involved. Send an email, a Facebook call, tweet, whatever, to your legislators, to your senators, and tell them that you want them to pass the HERO Act and the Rent Protection Act, which is part of it. Because there was a report that 28 million new people could end up homeless. They're facing eviction. Let's say that that's like an exaggerated number, 10 million. Could you imagine 10 million, right? And so we have this buildup of homelessness that's been happening the last couple of years. And what gets me, I'm going to rant. You guys, if you tell me, those of you that have hey, Daniel, thank you. Those of you that, let me get out my phone. Those of you that have my my phone number, if you see a hotel employee behind me, please text me and let me know. I guess I can't help the rants, right? So what gets me so frustrated is, for 10 years that I've been, so I was homeless 25 years ago. August 24th will be my 24 years and some change, and on the 24th will be 25. In fact, we probably should do a live stream celebrate. What do you think about that? So, but I've only been doing this, connected inside the homeless industry, the homeless sector, for 10 years. And during that time, I have seen the homeless sector do what they call the 10-year plan to end homelessness. And that failed. nobody took responsibility for it. Then the new strategy is, just to house chronically homeless people, which I supported for a while. Being honest, I bought the idea. It does make logical sense. But homelessness has been increasing. So for the last 10 years, we have been doing this strategy, and homelessness is increasing. COVID hasn't even hit yet, right? COVID hasn't even hit yet, and homelessness is growing, right? And the homeless industry wants to pat themselves on the back and say, yes, let's keep the same strategy. And the strategy is really is based on triaging because there's a lack of resources. Okay, I get that. There's not enough money. There's not enough housing. But instead of patting ourselves on the back, saying we're going to end homelessness, we're going to end it, we're going to be functionally zero, we've got to scream. I mean, here's the thing. And the strategy has been to just house chronically homeless people. So let's use Prop HHH. I use this a lot. Proposition HHH in Los Angeles, which was a proposition I worked on, helped pass, that raised $1.2 billion to build housing for homeless people. So over a bunch of years, 10,000 units was supposed to be built, right? And that was going to end chronic homelessness. They didn't take into consideration, what about people that are outside now, right? There was no shelter plan or services plan. They did this Measure H that was going to increase mental health services and everything else, but it really there was no shelter plan until the city was pressured into it. So where I'm going with this, the housing only strategy, this housing only and only housing chronically homeless people hasn't worked. And to continue doing that. So instead of just being housing only, housing should be the priority. Housing ends homelessness. Housing is healthcare. But we have to be realistic that there might never, ever, ever be enough housing. Not in my lifetime, probably not in yours. So that means you focus on housing. Housing is a priority, but we also have to take care of the homeless people that are outside right now. And with 10 million, possibly 28 million, I mean, I don't know what the number is going to be, but we can guarantee two things. We can guarantee that coronavirus is going to explode homeless numbers. And we can guarantee that there's not enough housing. There's just not. So when I was riding around with Derek, seeing these giant tent camp cities and, blocks filled with broken down RVs. We even saw a boat. If you're around, anyways, it showed, and all this, the homelessness that's there now isn't COVID related, right? It hasn't really, over the next 6 months, year, 2 years is when we're going to see massive, massive homelessness, massive. So what I believe has to happen is, number one, advocacy. I mean, we have to, like I said, go to invisiblepeople.tv/get involved. We need to put pressure on senators to pass the HEROES Act. Go to invisiblepeople.tv. You know what? I'm going to just put the link in sorry about this. I usually am more prepared. I was on time tonight. Can you guys believe that? I was on time. And so here is the get involved. I believe it. Okay, so let me go here. There it is. There's the link. If you're in the United States, if you're not in the United States, love you, but this is for the United States. I wish I could do someday. I hope to be able to do advocacy for everybody. Wouldn't that be great? And invisible people in every country, in every city. But anyways, the number one thing we have to do is we have to put pressure on our legislators to do rent relief, rent freeze, whatever. We can't have millions of people being evicted. Secondly, we still need to focus on housing, but not just housing only. We have to focus on helping the people that are outside now. As I walked the Tenderloin today, there was people outside that were in such horrible condition. They're not going to make it until when the government figures out how to build housing. And in fact, like Los Angeles, Prop HHH, it was passed 4 years ago. I think maybe 100 units, 200 units in 4 years. And, I believe they had good intentions, but they didn't, foresee housing costs and construction costs. And so this idea that you can't let people, here it is, you cannot let people die outside while there's a housing only. And yes, while you're just building housing. And yesterday, driving around with Derek, I saw, and what I said to Derek is the God's honest truth. And, Derek's in the chat. He can tell you, I'm telling it like it is what I said to Derek is I said, I see these tent cities everywhere I go. There's different levels of them because of the population. But I see them every place I go, every place. And the evictions really haven't started. So please, again, I'm going to put the link there again. Please, please, please go and email. And we made it easy for you. Email, tweet, call, whatever is easiest for you, and contact your legislators. And please, I'm going to do it one more time. And please, please, please share it. Share it on your social media. Share it with all your friends. We got a week. They're coming back. They're coming back. The legislators are now on break. They're going to come back and they're going to vote on this, right? And I don't know about you, but, the $600 a week unemployment, that's going to run out unless they vote on it. That right now, that's my only income. And, when that's gone, so. Oh, no. Homeless ass is in the house. Oh my gosh. Woo. Sheila May, hello, hello. Okay, something else. Let me see what date it is. How are we doing? How's everybody doing? I feel like I'm a little reserved because I'm nervous that somebody's going to come up. So it's Monday. So here's what I'm thinking. And on August 24th, I will have 25 years sober. I am not there yet. So we'll hold the congratulations, right? Every year we do a birthday fundraiser, but this one is 25. It's a big one. And if there wasn't COVID, we would probably be doing a gathering someplace. So that's not going to happen. So what I'm thinking about is on the 24th, that August 24th, the 23rd is the Sunday when we usually do live streams. So what I'm thinking about is instead of doing the live stream on Sunday night, doing it on the 24th, I was wrestling. Hi, Amanda. Thank you. I was thinking about maybe doing something that's a little more produced. I would like to find a couple of homeless musicians. And there's some amazing musicians. The one of my favorite Invisible People videos is Zach and Friends, where it was Thanksgiving, right? And I'm walking Hollywood Boulevard. And here's the thing, guys. One of the reasons, well, not one of the reasons, but it is one of the reasons, but handing out socks, if you're depressed, right? Get out and do something to help other people. Your problems don't go away, but it gives you a better perspective. So here it was, Thanksgiving. I was depressed. I was home alone. So I went and grabbed some socks and I went walking down Hollywood Boulevard. And there's a group of kids. And I gave them socks. And they're all travelers, freshies. Homeless youth travelers call socks freshies. And so we, talked for a bit, and then they wanted to sing me a song. And they were good. Oh man, Zach was great. I've remained friends with Zach. I just tried to find him on Facebook. I remain friends like we all remain friends on Facebook, right? And, we connected a couple of times since then, but he must have dropped off Facebook, so I don't know how to reach him. So if you are, and I know my friend Rebecca, she was in the chat last. I was supposed to have Rebecca as a guest. Oh my gosh, I forgot. So Rebecca runs, I hate calling them this because I just adore them. They call themselves the Dirty Kids. And it's a term of endearment for them, but I just can't call them dirty, right? So she runs an online support group like I do for homeless youth, and she's wonderful. So she posted looking for musicians. So if you know somebody that's professional and really good, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. And in a second here, I will dive into the chat and say hello to everybody. I've been trying to. You guys got me ranting early. Next Sunday night, there's not going to be a chat. Next Sunday night, I will be landing in Detroit right around this time. And it's just after a day of travel and everything, it's just going to be impossible. So, Wilfredo, thank you so much. Oh, I got to put the time. Oh, the timestamp is on. YouTube user, virtual signaling. Yeah, okay. So, Wilfredo, I'll be honest with you. If you go, the link's down below. So there is a documentary that PBS did of me. They followed me around, I think, 2011. It didn't come out till 2013, so it's a little old. But subconsciously, there's a very real chance that I'm going to be homeless again as I get older. And subconsciously, it's probably I'm trying to end homelessness so I won't be homeless, as crazy as that sounds. But, I lost everything in the 2008 crash. And I've been doing this for 10 years. I don't have any kids, haven't been able. A smart person would have been gone back into marketing and made a lot of money and paid into a 401k, but I've never been that smart. The other, and Wilfredo, it's a great question. I don't get a lot. Amanda, thank you. So I'm not spooky. Okay. I'm not spooky. So when I say I hear a voice in my head, it's not like, this, weird, spooky thing, right? It's just an impression. There's no audible words, right? But I get this impression that, if not you, who? If not me, who? Who's going to do this? And you might think that sounds strange. And what I mean by that is, if you go back through my life and all my experiences of working in television, being homeless, being on drugs, selling drugs, having guns to my head, being in boardrooms, wearing suits and ties, running different organizations, all my experiences come to this, right? And nobody, still now, we're it. Thanks to you. And thank you. Oh my gosh, donations. In March, we lost significant funds. In April, they dropped. Thanks to you guys, donations are coming back up. It's very, very encouraging. And we are it. Oh, I got. Oh, I thought that was Addie or something. So invisible people is very unique. So homeless ass, which is it's homeless association, but his Twitter handle is homeless ass. So I like that. We've had this conversation many times, but the homeless, the leaders, the people that are making the decisions have no connection to homeless. They don't even drive around. Well, they might. I'm sure they drive around and look at Skid Row out of the windows, but I doubt they get out of the car. And maybe if they do, maybe once a year, they're with an outreach worker. So I can't say they don't totally not do it, but there's really almost no connection, direct connection to the leaders that are making decisions that affect homeless people. And what affects homeless people actually affects us all. There's zero connection to any of them. And they're making decisions, and invisible people. I'll be honest with you. So we get zero support. We get $5,000 a year, actually, and that's dropping this year from foundations in the homeless sector. $5,000. That's not a whole lot. I mean, I'm grateful for it, but they don't support invisible people. Why is that? Because they don't support amplifying the voice of homeless people. Now, if I did formally homeless people, we'd have plenty of funding. I would have healthcare. But invisible people is about homeless people. Yes, we sometimes focus or tell the stories of people that have gotten out of homeless. You have to. It's an important voice. But it's the stories of people that are still homeless that influences the most change. Also, I mean, besides being educational to the public, and what happens, and I'm speculating a little bit. Hey, Stinky and Sunshines. Oh, nice name. Is somebody, and I read it in the comments all the time. I got an email yesterday from somebody that was a homeless youth, and now, they see a video and it reminds them of their brother or their sister-in-law or somebody that they have some kind of a connection with. So when you see that homeless person out on the street, there's this us versus them. But when you're watching on a laptop, on a phone, or on a phone like you guys are, there's this more personal connection that they identify, and then they listen to the story and they change their perceptions on homelessness. And that's powerful. And we're the only one. We're it. Invisible People is the only education based nonprofit working to end homelessness. We're it. We're it. I mean, the homeless sector is now talking about narrative change, but they don't bring me in. They don't bring Derek in. They don't bring my friend Homeless Association in. No, right? They bring in the people that are safe, that they can control, that will only tell them, so you got a whole nother rant off me, right? But that's it. If not me, who? So thank you for the question. But, the reasons that I do this is that it's my destiny. I don't, hey, Anonymous, thank you. It's about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there was this group of activists, right? And they were very, for whatever reason, upset with Invisible People. And, I said, in 10 years, I'm going to be here. You guys won't. Guess what? They're gone, right? This is not, if you're a Christian, people always say that, I'm called to do this, right? Well, if you're called, you can hang up the phone, right? I'm forced. I don't have any other choice. We all have choices. I could go back into marketing and make money. And I've tried that a couple of times, but then once you get this in your spirit of helping people, I mean, gosh, and I've tried because I like money. I do. Money's good. And I've sat behind the desk and help other people make money. Hey, Silver Pants. And then, so hopefully that answered your question. The reason I do this, it's my destiny. Unconsciously, maybe I'm trying to end homelessness because I'm going to be homeless again. Nobody else does this. Nobody. Hey, Dan, thank you. Nobody. And it's important. And you guys are doing, I've been sharing them a little too much, right? We hit 585,000 subs. And 585. Yeah, 508. I just said that and I couldn't believe that. 585. I think we're at 506. So, Walter, hopefully I said hello to you earlier, Walter. Hey, Lady Dragonfly. Pierre? Yeah, I could go back. Well, there's ageism. I'm 59 years old, and it would be really tough for me to get a job in marketing, except because, I, for lack of a better term, have, become some kind of an influencer. By the way, I'm not supposed to tell you until Tuesday. We're doing a cool campaign with Haynes coming up. I'll announce Tuesday. If you're on Twitter, follow our Twitter. Links are down below. So Dijon Mustard. Wow. You got we try to stay away from politics here. It never, I mean, we go there and it gets nasty and we try to stay away. Right, team? Iron Fox, I'm sorry. You can also try our website, invisiblepeople.tv. Click on the donate link. There's lots of options, including Bitcoin. You want to know how much Bitcoin people send us? About $10 every 3 months. Hey, Alan Son. Yeah, so you watch the Denver shelter. There's no perfect place. I like that they had the multiple kinds of housing. I didn't like that they only let people stay for a week. I didn't like it all. Hey, Jeffrey, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. So this is only for people, Jeffrey, pay attention, please. This is only for people that are homeless or formerly homeless. We have an online support group just for formerly homeless and currently homeless people. If you are not homeless or not have a history of homelessness, there's lots of places to connect. This is just for homeless people. Okay. wearevisible.com. Jeffrey, please go to wearevisible.com. You got to fill out the questions. People that don't fill out the questions, we have to screen, we have to make sure that the group is healthy and safe. So please, if you would like, we'd love to have you. You saw the smashed up drum, huh? So you must have watched the documentary. Hey, Anonymous, thank you. Ozzy, thanks. It's got this thing here that's kind of funky. So thanks, Taylor. Yeah, I have to. Hey, Paula, I have to. I've got to make a new. Let me test this idea out on you guys. So I've got to make a new channel video, and until I make a new one, that is what I put up there. I figured that it's actually a good film. They were supposed to get it on Amazon and Netflix, and they never did. But what I'm thinking about doing for a channel video, maybe I'll produce that this week, is that I will, instead of just talking about invisible people and what we do, is talk about what you guys do or should do or can do. And what I mean by that is not you guys. You guys are the core supporters. You're the invisible people family. But a lot of people come into the invisible people, and they watch a video, and then they say, what are you doing to help homeless people? I work 24/7. I mean, I do sleep, but I rarely take a day off. I spend every day working nonstop to do what I can to help homeless people in some way. The point of this work, when you watch a video, it's not to get me to work harder. I'm just one man. It's to get you, because if all of us, like for instance, I'm going to put the link down here before, if all of us contact our legislators, then that's how you affect change. So the point of invisible people is not to get me to work more, even though I don't mind working more. I work more all the time. I don't have kids. I might as well work, right? The point is to get the viewer to take action. It's to get the viewer. So I'm thinking about doing a channel video that explains that. What do you think about that? Hey, Scott Punk's in the house. Thank you, Dragon Lady. Road to Prison, Detroit is just a pass through because I live in a small town in upstate New York. I have to go through Detroit. Hi, Fred. Thank you. Silver Pants, you like that? Yes. Love. Tiffany, Scott Punk. Yes. Sheila. Hey, Louis. So stay easy, my friends. Donations go to create educational content to end homelessness. The problem is we've been programmed. You all want donations to go to a sandwich. You want to give money, and then somebody goes and buys a sandwich and gives to a homeless person. A sandwich doesn't end homelessness. What we have to do is we have to fix whatever it is that got that person homeless out on the street and fix why they need a sandwich. And I'm glad you asked, but what donations go to? We have 38 writers. I'm not making any money. I am unemployed without health insurance at 59 years old. And after the $600 thing, and you might think, wow, that's cool. He works full time and doesn't get paid. Well, it limits it, and I'm probably going to die doing this, right? I can't keep going like this. I just can't. So at some point, some kind of money has to come in here, and to be able to hire staff. I mean, anyways, we have 38 writers. 17 of them are writing regularly. Few of them are homeless. A bunch are formerly homeless. We are on Apple News and Google News. We do so much more than this YouTube channel. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit. Our focus is to educate the public to end homelessness. And for instance, right now, if you go to invisiblepeople.tv/get involved, you can contact your senators. We made it easy because if we don't pass the HEROES Act when they come back in to session, you're going to see millions of people evicted. So what we are doing, what your donations are going to, is to run that advocacy platform, to pay for writers, and we have the only education-based we have the only place for young adults to learn about homelessness online, and the mini documentaries, which you guys have seen, because there's a huge percentage of people that just hate homeless people, and you're not going to reason with them. So you have to change them. You have to change their thinking. You have to change their hearts. And how do you do that? Through education and awareness. And I get it. We have been programmed to do charity, right? You got to feed, you got to clothe, and that's important. Some people need food, people need clothing, but charity has never solved a social crisis. We have to do more than charity. We have to fix the reasons that people need food. Hopefully that makes sense. So, you know what? Whenever I get the question, what do donations go through for? People are like, well, we want it to go to food or to clothing. And there's wonderful people that do that. What donations go to Invisible People is to change policy, educate the public to change policy so they don't need charity, right? If you just feed people and homelessness keeps growing, you're going to run out of sandwiches. Think about that. I can't. If we just feed people, I mean, that's all we're doing, because and I get it. We're, especially Christians just love to feed people, right? I'm a Christian, so I'm pointing at myself too. We love to feed people. Hi, Kevin. Thank you. For instance, I hand out socks. I like handing out socks. I buy food for people. I buy clothes for people. I buy shoes for people. I buy people all kinds of stuff that they need, from wheelchairs to car tires. I won't say her name, but there's a homeless woman that lives in her car in this chat room that I bought her 4 tires. And that's important. Victor, thank you. That's important because that woman needed tires, because otherwise her car wouldn't move, right? But we have to get that woman into housing, and to get her into housing, we have to change policy, and we need more. So we need to end homelessness. We need to end poverty. We need to end racism. We need to fix the criminal justice system. We need to fix foster care and all these, and handing out sandwiches is not going to do it. So stay easy. Hopefully that answered your question. And I get it. Most people just, they are so used to charity. They want to give to charity. And I don't know. I come out of the charity sector, if you will. So I don't know if we've trained people. You know what I mean? So like rescue missions, they have sent millions of pieces of direct mail to mailbox that for $1.96 you can feed a homeless person, and they got these, you know, I'm poor, the helpless, feed me stuff. Hey Lee, thank you. They, and needs based images. I don't know if we, I'm poor, right? Go to our Instagram, and it's at Invisible People. I have photos of people that are empowered. They're smiling. They're happy. Occasionally, because their story is so sad, a smiling photo doesn't fit. But most, I would say 85% of the photos, because I'm trying to compensate for those needs-based images that, we have programmed people that charity is, I hear employees behind me, so there's a door. I guess my rant's been getting a little loud. So Ellen's son, Invisible People, go to our website. Here, I'll even send you a link. Here's the news website. You can, if you are on, here's our news. Oops. If you are on an iPhone or a Macintosh computer, an Apple computer, in Apple News, type in Invisible People. We're there. If you're on Google News, type it, if you're on an Android or a Windows based, you can get to Google News and you type in Invisible People. And we're there. So we're reaching, this last month, we've reached like almost 30 million people. 30 million. And you guys made it happen. These donations that you're helping to fuel that. And the change, I'm getting excited. In 10 months or less, and you guys, the more you watch, the more you share these videos, the more they're growing, more the channel's growing. In 10 months or maybe less, we're going to have 1 million subscribers. Right. And the power of that, you go, it's cool. Not the power of that, to be able to change people in Congress, to get, we're not a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber. We're a nonprofit, and maybe I need to, I saw somebody else up here ask about Google News or Apple News. I'm sorry. Yeah, we post daily, Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends. There's original news content. 10% is from Canada, 10% is from the United Kingdom, and 80% is from the United States. If you go under lived experience, those are homeless people or formerly homeless people that are writing. Like I said, I'm not a YouTuber, okay? We're a nonprofit. So the YouTube channel is just one thing we do. There's an online support group that we do, and thankful for the volunteers like Derek and Addie. And let me tell you where we're going. So this year, we're doing messaging research, which is extremely important. Never been done before. I'm gonna show you what America thinks. If coronavirus hadn't hit, we would have already had a VR movie with Facebook, Oculus, that's already been out. We would have won Tribeca if that didn't hit. We would have been producing content for kids, for teachers in schools. So when you donate to invisible people, at some point really soon, we're building the infrastructure. Thank you, Anonymous. We're building the infrastructure to be able to teach young adults on homelessness. In fact, if you go to learn more section, it's a tad bit outdated. One of the things that bothers me crazy is that you go to a website that's an educational website and it's not updated. We update every year. We're in the process of that. It's about halfway done. And we're going to add the coronavirus to all the information. But we have the only place online for young adults to learn about homelessness. That's amazing. Okay, we're down to the last. Maria, I have to, because when I can't keep doing this free. And it's not that I don't want to do this free. It's I'm 59 years old and I need to be able to give 100% of my time to this. So when it comes fall, because now with my mom's passed away, I'm going to try to move back to Los Angeles, and move back to Los Angeles, I'm going to need rent and healthcare, and that's going to be pricey. So, if it wasn't for coronavirus, I've already hired myself, but donations are starting to come back, and that's because of you guys. The more traffic that we're getting, the more reach we're getting, that's helping significantly. I mean, I get it. A lot of people don't have money to donate anymore. And if you have social media, find a video you like and share it. And that matters. I know, it really, really matters. The more that you guys share these videos with your communities, with your networks, the more people get educated. Okay, folks, we are going down to 8 minutes. We have 8 minutes left. What do you guys want to talk about? Thank you. Hey, Paula. You guys got the coolest. YouTube name, YouTube handles. All life, what can you do? I don't know where you're at. It doesn't really matter. And I don't mean like that. It does matter where you're at. What I mean is in the United States, you can go to invisiblepeople.tv/get involved. Contact your legislatures. If you're in Canada, United Kingdom, or whatever country that you happen to be in, get involved locally. Get involved politically. We need a living wage. We need to fix racism. We need to fix criminal justice system, foster care, healthcare. You got to get involved. Affordable housing is a big one. Second, connect to your local homeless services. You want to know what's different about invisible people, and I've been doing this since the beginning. People say, what do I do? And I go, connect to your local homeless services. Another nonprofit would say, give us money. I don't say that. I want to end homelessness. I really do. How do you know? Because I tell you to connect locally. Because if you connect locally, you will be more in touch with what's going on. It's better for you. It's better for the nonprofits. And thus, it will be better for ending homelessness, right? I'm the only nonprofit that tells people, no, don't give to us, give locally. Now, if you still want to give to us, God bless you. Thank you. But I tell people, hey, Ashley, thank you. God bless you. I tell people to give locally, right? So, number one, get politically active. We have to. The world is, I'm not going to swear. I've gone 54 minutes without swearing. I'm not going to swear. I'm not. How many believe it? So get involved in political advocacy. Your voice matters. That's the most important. Second, connect with local homeless services that are working to end homelessness, not maintain homelessness, working to end homelessness. And third, and this is probably should have been the first, is educate yourself, educate those around you, educate your coworkers, your family. And that's why we're building resources on Invisible People, for you to be able to educate those around you. So stay easy. Yes, that scripture comes up a lot, but here's the thing. What we can do is, and I believe homelessness will always be there because of domestic violence or drugs or mental illness and a lot of different other matters. But if somebody ends up homeless, we can quickly get them out of homelessness. So that's where we want to get to, where there's enough resources. So right now, somebody ends up homeless, and then they're homeless for 6 months, they're homeless for a year, they're homeless for 5 years, they're homeless for 20 years. And that's horrible. It's horrible on the person, it's horrible on society, and it's horrible because it costs taxpayers a lot of money. So yes, there will always be homeless, but we can have the resources there. So when somebody, number one, we got to prevent homelessness, which is why you guys need to go contact your legislators, please. And we can prevent homelessness. And second, when somebody ends up without a home, we can get them back into a home as quickly as possible. And that's how you, the word is functional zero. That's how you functionally end homelessness. Okay, we are coming down to 3 minutes. How about a big round of applause for Addie and Derek? They run such a killer room. And what I mean by that is they encourage, they engage in the conversation. Anonymous, thank you. And they do their best to keep the trolls away. So thank you, Addie, and thank you, Derek. Okay, folks, we're coming down to the last 2 minutes. So just to recap, there's going to be no live stream tomorrow night, next Sunday night. There's no way that I can land in Detroit. I think I land like 15 minutes before 8. And there's no way that I could get my luggage and, find Wi-Fi and live stream. Anonymous, thank you. It's just not enough time. So there's no live stream. Coming up the 24th, the 23rd, there's not going to be a live stream. That's the Sunday night. And I think we're going to, Anonymous, thank you. I think we're going to do, what do you think? Like a party live stream, but I want to get a homeless person that can sing musical guests or something. I don't want it just to be me as a talking head. I would like to get maybe some homeless people. I've already interviewed Theo. I've already interviewed Derek. Wonderful people, but I would like to get something else. And maybe we'll get people I know that could tell crazy stories about me, because you don't want to hear crazy stories about me, do you now? So time is running out. I want to say thank you for another wonderful Sunday evening. I post this in the support group, but we would probably have 1,000 people watching, but, and occasionally we might, and, as time goes on, and sometimes I have, depends on the guests. Like when we had Dr. Kelly. Hey, Anonymous, thank you. So I'm I mean, we're going to have 600,000 subs soon. We had 22 million, 23 million views this month. I mean, gosh, and you guys did that. I'm blown away. Thank you so much. I cannot put into words how important you are to me and to this work, because you guys are the ones that are really helping to grow this. So I really, really appreciate that you guys spend every Sunday night. It's just us. And, I hopefully you will all have a marvelous, marvelous week. And I'll see you in 2 weeks, unless you're on Twitter and give me a yell. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good week.